Materialist. This is starring Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, Pedro Pascal is back once again. He's popping up all over the place this year, as you know, Pedro does. But Celine Song is back, the director from the movie Past Lives, which is an amazing movie. If you have not watched it, I think it's still playing on Netflix. Definitely go watch it. Great debut film from Celine. This is a little bit different. When I initially saw a little bit of the trailer, it kind of gave me those early 2000s kind of rom-com movies that they used to make, those good ones. And I was like, I really like Past Lives. This looks like something much different. But going into it, now having watched it, I have some thoughts and I'm going to get into them. So, pretty much what you got here is you have Dakota Johnson's character, Lucy. She is a matchmaker. That's what she pretty much does as a profession. And I was like, okay, I dig it. I was like, I like that, kind of approach. Cool, right? So she first interacts with Pedro's character, Harry, and this guy, obviously, he has some money. He runs a family firm, and this piques Lucy's interest. But when we get introduced to Chris Evans' character, John, that knows Lucy from a previous relationship, he's her ex, that's where things start to kind of get interesting. I was like, okay, we're going to get into this kind of really interesting dynamic love triangle, and that's not quite what happened, or at least what I took away from this movie. I was expecting that. Also, just a little bit, just something different, a little bit different at the same time. Not expecting something like Past Lives. I'm trying to separate the two because obviously the tone and vibe that this movie goes for is completely different. I just feel like when we meet all of our characters, and there's also a subplot with Lucy's character that could have went somewhere. I almost felt like this movie was going to turn into like a home invasion at some point, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that subplot, but I understand it makes sense for her job in the sense of showing the dark sides of that. I just feel like they didn't do a good job of like really fleshing that out for it to make sense. Really, it kind of felt a bit hollow and just a little undercooked as an idea, in my opinion. And another gripe I have with this, Dakota Johnson is the lead actress in this movie, and I feel like she might have been miscast. I feel like you should have gotten somebody that, I don't know what it is about, Dakota Johnson in this, and also in like Madam Web. Her line delivery is just very flat, in my opinion. I think there are some scenes where it's just like it really lacks emotion, like that certain emotion that you would want out of these characters. Like Chris Evans probably has the best performance in this movie. There was one specific scene with Lucy where it's a part of one of the subplots. Something happens to one of her clients, and I feel like just that interaction could have been a little bit better as well, to kind of make me just really care for what was going on. And I just feel like the use of Pedro in this was very just surprisingly minimum, and almost just like he didn't even need to be in this movie, to be honest. Like, it was weird. And as I keep thinking about more and more about this movie, it's just like there's some things that just doesn't really work for me, but I could see working for other people, because like I said, I do like the aesthetics. Like Celine, she is always going to have a lot of bright, vivid colors in all of her shots. I think this is really clean, not trying to overdo it, kind of cinematography going on here. It's nothing trying to reinvent the wheel. It's just very simple. But overall, I was a little let down and a little disappointed with this movie. I didn't really have high expectations either, because going into this, I wasn't expecting um, something as dope as Past Lives. Like I said, if you've seen Past Lives and you've seen this, it's pretty much like night and day. It's like she definitely tries to kind of go more on a commercial route with this movie as far as like the rom-com aspect, and it's not really too heavy on the comedy, but it's kind of sold like it's a it's sold like it's a rom-com at the same time, where it's more of a drama and a romance, not so much comedy going on, because there's some serious like subject matter going on at the same time. But I don't know, man. I just feel like with Dakota Johnson, they should have kind of just got somebody else in there to kind of, I feel like, could have made the dynamic between Pedro and Chris Evans a lot better, just kind of playing off one another. And just certain uses of characters could have been better. It just kind of felt like, here's an idea, don't know really what to do with it, let's just kind of kill it right here and just move on and just get to the ending. Really odd, you know what I'm saying? But it's just their second movie. You can't win them all. That's just my opinion of it. I prefer Past Lives over this for sure, but I'm still going to be interested to see what she does next. Is she going to stay in this like kind of drama romance type of style, or will she branch out and do a horror movie? Because I would definitely like to see her kind of tap into that. We'll have to wait and see. Let me know how you feel about this movie in the comments below. Till next time, I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.